Ekoi.
Oh, I'm saying, what would you to say, 5 months, they say, so okay, we are through studio, we are I just will be Ekoi, but you would say, seriously, can hear him and say, Yabba, no be hard in Hawkana Manako, but see a party. So what that can you answer when you can do be something as a good Nansa.
Nansa Kania.
Aye,
a young miracle.
Aye, Nansa 3 days.
Area Bano.
Oh, Obia, a walk. Spin text towards Lashi B 17, 18.
Yes.
Yes. All the way to 20.
Kania.
Ibini. So I just say now Oko mountains Oko Ufi. Two bank cannot say light they do not show doors so me call mountains. Yeah. But do them you do light.
A whole way away.
3 4 the mountain cry away. So okay them so crowns was saying short. Oh. Now the only good thing about mountains one is when say weather no.
Weather no yeah.
And yeah and the 1 year one ya fast year boko no yakoshe. But obi it's bad. But especially for businesses for business when say ne yanka dollar na ekofem kakre nanka eno so because the dollar na ekofem na hanem fa as a cost 90.
Yeah, but the minister has said they inherited a crisis. It will not take 5 months to deal with that crisis. The level and the magnitude of the crisis from we inherited.
Minister Nasam there, I can say I can hear the past 3 days I've been sharing series.
Yes,
on my Facebook.
Series, no, yeah.
Unse to the bia wa wenu munsem. Etu me chechero. Me no say minister no he's fighting himself or debating no. Or debate crisis ben. Obi crisis they started time ben. Did it start on the 7th of January? And as I saying, I mean yes. Because you remember say minister na nkasa ebiene no mutun kan say power and your war my way mu.
Yes.
A broswa to the sense when he cry said the edokwa bonten cry ono ne kan yo. And this was inside November, December. So I on one no mutun ti hu de ntia o say we shouldn't be in an energy crisis situation. His own words. So I just here. You know no one so sign catch and say o hu de ntia as a sambre na yetumi akọ through an energy difficulty for 12 days. As 12 days yen for timetable and my for doom so I just say crisis ben refi so no oba be mun first interview I can say the total amount of fund where you
yes
I had the power the 24 hours per month you know no answer in fact almost almost set up committee be a chief of staff ahead then they come back to us 3 days later and say someone resolve it and yes I'm able to say more it will crisis will be crisis when okay Obi, a car ye beto ye 2017, and no I been on some beto ye difference view the Mupako check it. A car ye beto ye, energy sector 2017, and no one on beto ye.
And then that's a problem.
And I say
that's I can
8 years, no, it's I can 8 years ye beto ye no. And one year manager and the more can 8 years. I go through crisis 8 weeks. And one. You understand what I'm saying? See, it's not enough for you to just come and recount.
But they told you, said they left you. BB and I was saying, come on, the clear sacan. You didn't do it.
Now,
in Esla.
Yes, Uja BBS say the clear sacan. We didn't do it. But within that period, you make sure, say, oh, now say we didn't do it too. But within that period, you make sure, say, Kaniano, in spite of a cow or no a can.
Kaniano FM.
Anambwa. What are you talking about? Complain men or the bay. All things being in corps. See, I'm funny say Hodi BB are constant. With the fancy 8 years, so you hold BB constant. We left power. So as at 7 January, everything being constant, we left you power. Why don't you give us power? Why? I don't know my power. So what is almost money where friends say car power for your meetings and fat. And they come your meeting if me can. So I did make an answer. And you know, on women now, and can major Casano.
Oh, this is on Cassa, the old video,
yeah, but I buy we one at Casapasi energy for. I don't know if they can wear what's it? You see, the and net me share video on Facebook now. That is exactly what the NDC is going through. They are fighting themselves. Oko lands and natural resources. In our church room. Oko energy sector, there's nothing going on with them. It is they fighting themselves. In fact, uti omkrana ya reho asamo kanu December 2024 afi ono ane ne ho nya adwen ono ane de oka no ono ne ho nya adwen. It tells you that omamba abemu with a plan, omamba abemu with a strategy, omamba abemu with solution. De omo ye ya ne say omo keka nsemo a
Asempa FM
ebema Ghana fo buefu ahye Ghana fo bufu ebi aka ho no mo de nya vote that's all ebi nka ho eno ano no nti o ka sebe no at that time na sebe on process no aka ne tra se na be woni beji no obo nsem no ato abama no afi na obe mu na afi no aba be hu reality no ebe recount reality na chain obre bo sector ba ko sector bia bobu bia me kire wo de omo kan afi omu hu so enei cocoa board CEO nam cocoa ase no kura ne leather chair ene ne bottled water ena all church or how I that cocoa board na wunim say how no na so be 6,000 and 7,000 na wunim
or say they didn't get the actual picture.
So on what basis
when they came to power
so on what basis
the mess.
So on what basis then were you telling them when you didn't have the full picture, were you telling them say yeah wicked until you am 6,000 then na hu here. So if I tell you say now keke now they give voter they can say my justified, it means I didn't know the complete picture. Now they hu ni nyina yo until we say we say nipa not so ni timo they were wicked until no 6,000 but that's what you said. You didn't talk about a mess. So I just say, would you do say my sister don't say there's a mess. Now when him say mess into the nipa no so called mess into the nipa no so known to be my sister. Say you created an impression say cocoa board was all glossy. Bibia kama. So I just say the D into yetim na dinti na ma cocoa for no 6,000. Wo ba 6,000 and you were emphatic with the figure. What better cocoa as na woni yen eti cocoa na se na wo cheche o ha wo de o ha na fa ho ben.
It was a foul more because they've opened the books and the level of mismanagement. Inti niomabia omo pepe munankombetimi ayeno. They cannot do it.
Today the man who cast over 6,000. They na ujina soka. Inti na uni plan. And say it will be because if you have a group of people who said so much based on which omo prepare a manifesto. Ebe catch and say afeni who say na dey nti ntumi ya and say we are in trouble. Na nipa na no wo so na no 6,000. If you say denti no 6,000 no.
Na ono running institution.
Running institution down cocoa board no. Why they running it down? Why they cocoa roads by ya or the bit toto near my wine or the economy side of cocoa board. And you want our fast our cocoa board report and what now BB munka crack say leaked. Haven't you seen that mess already? When I when him boss here, what are they talking now? Any another subject matter you buy but the fundamental issue in say you don't have a full picture and yet you went around making promises. That is why sector by sector this government is struggling. Hey, oman kasa nsem na achichiro mo kon. Baby abem say ban we struggle bia ye de omo kan ya afi de omo hu omo ho no.
But was struggling be a fair description because they are 4 months in power in 2 days time. Again, the impression should not be created. Say,
nobody has created that impression. We are only using the 4 months. That's why we are not picking everything. Until the picky BBI pick the IFE say a year a bit fair within 4 months. Obi, that's how by Nakasi Kanye Sisuna wouldn't na fair. That power was stable. So that make one thing say, and now within 5 months in your why 5/5. Nina ya go through crisis.
4 months.
Oh, yeah, me, Obi. January 7th, and then January
4 months is Wednesday. 120 days here, Wednesday.
February, March, April, May. Okay. Some 4 months. Why 4/4? 4 ninja why in a for our energy sector? Yan can't be before Biao. Can you nest so? Nedina so, or buy Nedina so? Mutu manina so here. What's a young child 4 years as American? Obi, a friend say, and no coherence will. The question for any question, Kofudia quite chrome, fin, cohedensu. And the taxi drivers almost from a car say, or only overheating, or to be concerned densu, and from the Gumaya teche.
But it didn't start.
It didn't start. You see, Obi, I agree. It didn't start. In fact, some of the strategies that we used didn't work. Yeah. But you see, one of the reasons why we voted for this government as a country, it's not because something started earlier or started late. It was because they said they will fix it. Okay. So I just say, so I am not debating. Me, I'm a very fair-minded person. And start here, and yes, me too omufu. Me too omufu. No, I catch you say, "Wouldn't me and now 1 year." The more case mo be no.
And I will remind you almost all.
And now Obi, now how many days near the declare state of emergency? And no here what 6 years, and I here 5 years. And here one paragraph. Now they parliament. And the parliament won't grow 180. It's no 2 hours. No, I throw now the call. Why hasn't the president done that? Oba no catch and say oba. Ube making sure say galam say yes here cheche omo pity. Ube ja omo nyina omo amnesty. Now walk after the campaign.
Yes.
And we're making sure say won't conquer sanko for them excavators. I know what you and a woman I will pay you say a month in mouse and on the idea about be but dear back buy we buy 4 months in ye on my year in the fight against Galamsey and not any other. But that's not what you promised us. Promising a near mafro. What to me day ayakayaka de meko share chief justice ni judiciary renew within 4 months. But want to be far repel lie. Our absolute majority in parliament. 4 months and also yes, but what the 4 months year or mining in chief justice say free ho. Also won't tell you. But the former would the year mining in chief justice say free ho. But want to mean fine repel our absolute majority in parliament. Obi, we should be fair to ourselves. Me, I will never ask or demand of this government anything they didn't promise because the Democrat promise you to me yet. Let alone somebody be babeka home. But we are simply saying that they are more kind, and one a year, I know to me yet, but they are back home. Obi, you are well read when it comes to current affairs for my womb. But they are back informants about we are different now. Omoba answer 7 January ne bi ni ho in the fight against Galamsey, not even one. Until you tomo abama mo yeden. And they what is different in their fight against Galamsey? They say unlike in the past they better now say na so man penin to me stop Galamsey dey any on any penin for na ye ni ade no. And they NDC party na kasa na akwaji Galamsey na boso.
Party bang, that's an allegation.
Allegation. Upper Denture East was Upper Denture West. Chairman.
And East
chairman. Yeni Kroma, under the party focus share soldier for the so in a minute. Our bridge in a some pedian waha. More reporter, a drone shot of bridge in a chi, or must say when you say who's winning. Or say perception. I win traditional council. A man chop petition and bro man penny John Dramani Mahama. Say a more NDC MP no, a Galamsey. Nananum Netroye, what are you talking about? And they, your friend is saying, Chairman, you friend is saying, NDC chairman here. Ni way ni interview ni nam. You haven't watched that video, eh?
No, which one is that?
And your host on come send him out. Chairman na Galamsey issue about up and idea about up. A friend is saying radio station na friend interview no. Obi. Odi ni mu nyina di omo de oje omo de. So what are you talking about? Omo na maji aboso. NDC party no na ye Galamsey ene. Kwetiwa East, Kwetiwa West. So I just say party for no na age no mo ye. Anyame na make am. E no be TUC. Ankasa on the 1st of May. What say? Omo say Galamsey has worsened. Me ko sambeka na bi anka ne see you na dey taxi try to carry come about abai high anko beka say me na make obi enye me na make TUC na bi anoka obi 4 months ago na TUC we kasa o mampeni John Dramani mama ye Facebook live e be team so TUC and na TUC akasa omo nyina ye kom because omo didi peche enti omo mfa ye ho biem nsem na e ha omo wo position na nu nti ye no ma beka sa obi ene omo didi peche. And there was not a single day I make Kumasi. Just about and say my back Kumasi, but try radio station, I don't know. And they were better crying. You will finish Kumasi for. And no moose will say. And I want Kumasi quiet so now think and cook Kumasi in Solo Konongo Quayuna, Monsieur Sino, market one fin in year to Galamsey. It was there.
But you also have to acknowledge the modest successes. One of them being the stability where the Ghana hano the dollar's strength against the cedi, it's a major thing. And when we see stability on that front, a modest success I also acknowledge the repeal of some taxes and Ghana for air complaining about a modest success that should be acknowledged. And we've seen the president take a bold where he said appointees are to mean declare more asset by a set date, no. There has been a reprimand. I mean, some of them would be forfeiting their salaries 4 months. By close of day, won't declare automatically you are fired. These are things that should be commended.
Obi, to be very honest with you, me Maka is a very open-minded and fair person.
Yes.
Dollar minyala kaba 6.
Okay.
Yina ebe boy.
Okay.
So ade bakwa metiye me bompaye pan say whatever it is the government is doing that is driving the dollar down. They should I won't lie to you. Me taumechi pa ne momobi. Yem play your home. So and I'm very happy say omoje credit no. My catch say omo keep it the same energy. So much credit, so much ye bibi, until the dollar no confirm me domase. Bobby, we know our currency.
FM.
Now, lesson back on Monsieur, our Bayman say when it comes to our currency in this country.
Because of the regime we operate, the floating regime,
5th May 2024, a year by now. That dollar was 13 cities. 4 months before 5th May, that dollar was 17 cities, 2023. Between January and May, in fact, at some point, if you recall, 2024, somewhere between January and February, dollar came all the way to 11. I'm sure you remember. Between 2024, January to February, March, it came all the way to 11. 2024, year, and I was saying. So I am careful, but it is my prayer and wish to say it will come down. And I'm glad that they have owned up to take credit. Every day. Also, because I say 4 months, now 4 months, want to be taking credit for exchange rate improvement. Now, want to be taking credits for Niama Oyan Troka. Oh, we can pick and choose. Omoni ye kaso omon to omo boas omoni ye nkase ye. Ye ne homo. Obi ye ne tu omo ka. Ye to ene ye tu omo.
Omo nso tua bi.
Debi omo de ni so omo ye dodo sen. Omo ye dodo sen.
Ba omo tua bi.
Obi o ka 6,000 bomba.
To basket no. Omo nso
obi debi tie. Omo ye dodo na o tua na esa de hwewa. Na say wo crowd ye.
Say the then that's what.
Itumu ne ye kasa mo nto mo bo. Komo na mo hwe yen. Ye ne ye hwe mo.
Ye nyina ye to ne ye keka bo. Ne they are running the administration of
debi yamao Land Cruiser. Yamao friend saying saloon car. Untofuo. O sorry a ufia o te air condition bu kota ka o te air condition ko fia te ko officer debi omo ne ye kasa omo to mo bo ase me hu se omo my responses na omo re fie mo so mo aban mu eyom so mo da so opposition nto mo kasa ne wa koba no so debi muntumi o aban ma untumi ne ye kasa rough obi ansoma say beji adwuma no una wo so obetumi aye
untimi
to bo ase na ne ye nkasa oni ye ntumi nkasa se ne wo si pe bia. You don't have that liberty. You have to be modest, you have to be humble, you have to be respectful. No matter how piercing it is to you, you have to respect us. Because one sorry fear, ufu ela odi free ha. Akofie no ye ne toma o ye ne toma o
ye nyina ye to
yes
e to a won so utua bi
e wo de ne ye kakra bi mo ye o ka bu nyina bo mo ye 8,000
ba o mutua bi
eswa na de na utua na se de ma o de a wo de ka ne balance yen obu ke ka hia utua ne fi ye tete nyina fi ma wo de ka enti me ade ba kwa me pay from so mo me show mo post no and do say hey obi a wo abe ma o ye presidential staff aye ne he very disrespectful post about me me say hey now let me kasa rough from za
hwan
me money di madam for party person go didi let me say hey only me kasa rough from za so akofa me Facebook post bi am here ya ba exchange rate no dey trade me this
ono wa ban
na me so me taking ne dey na wa try no foforo no obi na me so me taking ne dey na wa try no foforo no
no we said you as a city reference
na me taking ne dey na
yes
me taking ne dey na wa try no foforo no me so me taking here na me dey to because you see exchange rate dey na ma catch no
eba from
January to May ne dey I'm not supposed to. We don't pack off Ghana exchange rate. January to May be so yes, yeah. It's the other day. Me share just be film. So me share just say to no munya me afi do mo de me screenshot de na no. It's all the omo nkoso a. E do ba ko say me WhatsApp say sa. Me show den. E me de be so. But the most important thing is say someone here kasa. No more tomorrow.
No, the other chairman, no, it's something he will refer to, but a Ghana web story where you are reported to have said, says the NDC in our power and Kadola now hit 25 cities.
Oh, and the we can need the number be an Mickey. Oh, I'm a day. And we go for video Nakasa.
Okay,
Bobby say NDC no munya fi power. Tell me January to May dear. Oh, but to be very honest with you, I am really hoping that whatever it is, no.
More no.
And they May in June.
Okay.
So I just say and they May in June. To be very honest, when it comes to exchange rate, dear, and dear, and this your more bonnet, no.
Okay.
And that's how my son, and exchange rate when you're there. Oh, near market here, on the position. So I just say,
I'll come back to you. Mintie, CEO, Nafe, Yanani, and home run, and we deal with the other.
Casano, it's all 20.
Our Bayman,
no mate here for.
You see, I'm saying, and then so, Penny, I launch a code of conduct.
And we are there.
code of conduct to guide appointees or behavior or conduct everything. Everything.
Okay, we are extracted from Brand. Oh, I think it's fair. It's fair because all those things are already in our law.
Sure, sure. Abbas Nuruddin, acting CEO, Social Investment Fund. Akwa about saying.
Major Suminia, and Penison, you go any.
Mamma Bakunen Communications officer for the NDC. Ashanti region. Yeah. But say ahoden ho.
Oh, nyame ayade nyame go so ehira o my Ghana.
Nyame ase.
Fi se nyankopon yi Ghana free ofidusumfo afidie mu. Ogie free empokire ene ya ne ahohiahia na na dodanko akufo adone Dr. Baumia de ewura mu no. O man no tumi hu se ya te dade hankran bi afri ekom. O man no tumi hu se dade hankran chain mu ya te dade hankran bi afri ekom na oni Ghana ni bia nam a asa na this wa bi sono ena sa this one no ya so ya oni Ghana ni bia kasa. There is a renewed sense of happiness bi because abai papa ye dey aba na obi ma me fa kwanya we so na me nchia o mampanyini John Dramani Mahama Ghana mampanyini a wo enebre mu no Nyankopon de adobedum o mai Ghana
Asempa FM
wo hwehwe o mai no se ne ebe ya ebenya ni daso eni arehemu e wo ye mai Ghana mu na aboa ama eniema etimi akoyie na ye nyina ye de so mfaso na miracles be wie minua miracles ma menchia no oye minua se funtamfu na funu de nchemfu na fu ye nyina ye furu ye baako nti ye didi eni kwan se ye kun because ye didi eni nyina kogu ye funu baako
zia wudidi mi didi emenka
ye nyina amanyofo NDC ni MPP ye nyina ye baako kire se ye nyina ye se ye poman ni yie meboa ba te se de ye nyina ye se ye pese ye bankran
Yes.
ba MPP fo so pese o bankran a na wo firi Kumasi a ko fo oboase kwam
Okay.
na ko fa winiba na ko fa yamransa na be fa gomua na be pie na ye de se wo betimi ya fa ha kwawu aba nyinam no abepie ye nyina nkan de de ba nti ye nyina no nke nya tamfo
Yes.
na baby ode na asem no be wie ye no o say katra baso na wa make kan sem bia ono is an admission say ono afi say ne nsem no okeka
kasa me so de kasa ni die mu
oh why not no
na o kasa so entoto nsa wo aben mu
you see
wo aben mu
me abas no redeem am che wuhia me na wo ye ho Kristo ni ame so me ye Kristo sama kire ho ba wuhia me na wo ye ho busumsum ni a o me ye boso me so pepepe enti me no wuhia me na and America say ya be no ya
statements now make you cry and arrogance of power.
Oh, that arrogance.
Obi a wo abemu to be share citizen and you can say we see me
meaning say wo ba na ye kɔ ne bɔkɔ ba wo di CD a
David wo abemu dey ye fancy abemu dey ye di see a wuntwa abemu dey di see na prepare na David be ankasa sa when that code of we dey no
but Obi
yes Abbas
so nim say Papa John Dramani Mahama ebedi ade no wenya 120 days
otenechi
and na
120 days
na ye keka pini 120 days ho no ya koye se wo pa ban ya free se Ghana ba ye ne bosha wa hye ne ye first 100 days ne bosha wa hye no within the first 100 days ni nyina no kra no wo ye this one ma aye omanfo dodo no anwanwa eno ane omampanyire John Dramani Mahama adia na nado antimi afa 125 ministers anya no John Mahama the 56 MPs yedey ministers yedey and the Ghana 10 years cost 56 MPs pe o ba nanado ede 125 ebe say o my Ghana we ekowie say empanyimfo asem o mo kan ye no kra kire say ye sekete we so ye chan dodo owura Share, it is not about quantity, about the quality. We ministry be to transporter. And ne ye papa Mahama transport and the nipa ba kokra na wo ye nyanya deputy mpo. When you say any deputy transport minister. Yeah. Look at the inroads we are making. But under Kufuado transport ministry na nkasa no ye chiche mu ma ministers mako 8. Transport ministry ba kono. Near aviation. When you say aviation, main aviation and the deputy. Ye wo transport ankasa and the deputy. Ye wo railways and the deputy. And I sa wo back but ne hwe nipa back hwe adwuma wo de oye
adwuma ben
and one of the agencies under the transport ministry yes. DVLA
yes
and ne uko DVLA omoden hyehyeye egu akwam sane be ya enema bebraye koso one said there is one particular issue very contentious about Guru licensing boys. Okades any Guru boys.
Okay.
You see, there is a school of thought Omofi said any quasi legalize Okada because onam kra mo tumi be de say okay yes sikafo na yes atie ma refie no a miracles mo an na omo de V8 mo nom ne ade no ohu Okada ni wo kwan so ofi say ye nuisance but na ye wa kra bia se wo ha se sabi aboaten akofro bia na dwo enye Okada na be kwa akofa na ba nipa na nkwa be free nsa sa nipa no Okada, legalizing Okada is a matter of life and death for him. You will cry, baby, Asia. Sa walker or bar. And you Okada, and a denebaqua would jibia. Can't mean for an cause any pan Okada is a Nessanshi in I go so a day. Yeah. Now, my was FM. Now, Juma John Mahama, Washa, see our war, send your mamma see a Juman tentum. I hear back a crano. Oh, Yabi and Yabu. Within a matter of 4 or 5 months.
4 months.
Almost a near my papa John Mahama can in our year national apprenticeship program. Ya pa hon toma. A Jumaura, ya yede, ya pa hon toma. A year Mahama care, and ne ya pa hon toma, and we are no more, no moyare cancer, or moyare kidney, Sebia ni daswasano. And they be yen shaya or munina benya ayareshe enom ni ade free uyi no kra free hwa e boshe bi aye papa share ya na amanfo free say oboa eye tumi no de pe enom ni ade no eno oba ya abasa hariso ara no waye ama sane MPP for no mo kasa ade we de oya economy ni begunom ni ade na economy na fe na economy ni kra eye dey enya hoden ya papa Mahama ka so be yi levy
okay
yi levy no nyi ye wo bi wo ho a yi levy nkwa bo enkodru bo so me no atua no na e be 200 million and na say 150 million and now by virtue of the fact say your papa ayi say sika na free honin ti no and the say sika no obetimi dia hye na adwuma nim obetimi dia tua ne school fees obetimi dia bone baby dwetre it just by the elimination of the levy and the betting tax no and the papa de sika nkasa ye dey ewura amanfo botom free education your papa ka say obe hold national dialogue on free education within obi onye why
by who
from free education
like there is no report from that way no
but now call the papa ya niama mienu o ka say obeye
yes.
Miracles Eko jina TV so say Mahama ba obetwa free education mu osu nyina wa sa da yi jandam di amafo aye bi okro ha o Miracles so say okoto abama chomama me has added as a da is a mini adwuma no ate ase bruta Miracles so say anuanom esramo mamu me hemane say okoto abama chomama obetwa free education girl bi ko di adanse say amunani akwala abaye bi ko di adanse say ene free education a enka wa nya school anko Miracle boss a video no say enisu atata no nya free education enka ge no na yokoto abama Mahama ebetwam ene na yakoto abama Mahama ene free edi Mahama no a wo so obetwa free education mu no eno no na be free education ye one ene ma mienu a na ma free education defeating the purpose ama ekeba mu na ye mienu pe double track ene nkwala no feeding
yes
nkwala na duane ana enye papa ninti no owufuo bi wo ho a na amanfo ye aduane de bia de free de koma omoma anase de bia wo de sika ye dey esma ene wo hu kwala a omo kase mahama ba ye na omo wi sausage who sa video ni
no was earlier
minister sorry
chief Kafraga
minister waka say aduane enko yie no oka no within the context of one the timeliness of a bread aduane no ye dey eba that is the
no press conference can the quality of the
that is the meme de aye dey atoso but mahama ba ye no me nkasa bibia ye kasa bibi koyi a no jese bibia ye aye pepe pesa dey asin toba akumienu be dey baba but there is a market improvement in aduane anan kwala de kwala mo say obi se wakọ from 1 to form 3 or me sausage and akufuado Ondi Kosiada, de biagari, and Nando Mampenino Mahama, Yahoo improvement. Ebio under double track. Yes, you didn't qualify be called private secondary schools. Near the Omoko private secondary schools are a bema double track na a day, every ho. Qualaco school 1 month and no better than 5 months. No, a be free ho. And most intimate. Afia, you didn't qualify 150,000. Are you aware? Say this year, 150,000 BEC students. You be place your more private. You be place your money. You be place. Now you buy. No qualify school.
Now that you can achievement.
It's a plan.
Yes.
No, can I say you are misleading the person.
But hold on. But even no. The minister has said, double track elimination. No. The target is by 2028 academic year. You understand?
But the point I'm making is that a step is being taken now that will eradicate a problem completely tomorrow.
But Sunday, you promised that.
No.
Really, that it's nothing.
But you didn't call out 150,000 private SHS.
They will be part of the placement, no?
Yeah, do want double track no more. Say school no was 4 months. I will call 4 months no fake and san wabefie.
In the private
so even
school.
though we anticipate say about eliminated double totally in 4 years, no. You know, ma enkofo bi ho hariomo. You get the point. So the na fi no a step and action I take here Emma wufuo bi kon wa yedai adwo mo NDP there miracles
when you aim to be one
utie miracles nsem a or can this say now can say is this the same miracle 5 months ago miracles Aboagye na me yato abawe na ne ho yememobo say no one nkofo be yiri ni kon madoma ko ba finom no ne ade
don't go there. You can say there. Me wa na obetina Facebook here live esun about Pudon Pape. We are there. Pudon Pape. Yani eboje o. Pudon Pape ya. Pudon Pape ya. Uko place ni ade. Me fa o.
Then say miracles akoye yin so no so ka bi ato me so obi. Just running through very quickly. Niema o mampanyini mahama ka so obeya waye. Also, banning illegal and new mining activities in forest reserves. A roll-out tree for life and blue water initiative. Or why now?
In 120 days. No?
Yes, why? You launch blue water initiative. You launch blue water initiative. You launch a tree for life. You see, take your time.
Yellow, almost say yellow.
Almost a yellow. No say under
and the miracles. I was blue. Kasamo being
sorry.
One
blue.
You see, now miracles. Galamsey no be can ho asem no. Edua edi emfie
read this our promise. Or say the promise on Galamsey.
Or say or your bayi or be launch tree for life. Any blue water initiative.
But now so be banning BB.
Yes, be banning illegal mining in all forest reserves.
But that will take the repeal of
the process. There is an indication say Parliament recess. But that
will be outside the 120 days.
And just MPP for part to me by Galamsey as someone. And sometimes yet to why I say now go for we ya no move is Ghana for who money cost run. and the MPP we nipa 9 bia we nipa 10 bia gina ho anemu 9 ye galamsey yes right from the president I'm obi me we lawyers so yeah the evidence na ye adwuma what you say it is obi ka asem a
hey na lawyer like
say
no but this is serious matter
hold on yentie the evidence
hey lawyer ni na
hold on
say NPP 9 bia
evidence wait
we MPP 9 we MPP for 10 bia gina ho anemu 9 ye right from the presidency
evidence
Fabra ya kwa chinko fukuo bi wati wa forest no mo ye be 20 so mo ye galamsey ene ye de mo call court abrante ni timi tu na numu tuo wo court say ebo ono de boye somafo na baabi o mampanyina kufu ado da sori ye flat staff house no eho ene ye soma no free yes o mo ye galamsey watiwa obi akọ atimi anya akokodura akọka sa asem we wo court a ka wo se nipa ne di na asem ne atwe na so na be yes asem a nipa ne kan ye no kra no nukro bi anya dai abrante ne kan sa hwa ne mo ana no ye di ni pie ye ya fa na nsi court bi official complicity
nipa 9 nipa 10 bi emu 9
neba oh some am sha say yes say wo profile ni me sha say from the presidency so you know the complicity of
lawyer deductive logic
you get a point omampanya anya no ko omampanyina kufu ade ne nuanom yakoche company bi a ye friend Imperial Heritage according to Anas me wa yakoche ne niam say e wo forest reserve mu ye adwuma e ho na omampanyina nua ga bia sare o kire da akonya me na me ka wo Anas a MPP for ka say omo di Anas principle na be ye adwuma no o so omampanyina nua ga bia o kire da akon afre say yemfa nipa no eniam anye de obi a wo no yes wo ye galamsey e wo ye forest reserve ni akoche no a o mampanyini nua de facto prime minister ebe kan say yemfa ne niam anya de
mampanyini nua afraid because as a lawyer you know say na company ne your client na law firm and that's why he intervened
na company
those facts were made
company ne your client
you see the interest
of company client. You see the interest of your client but not when the commission of crime is involved so who feel say abaya fa wo yon onipa bi afidie no amfa ne ya he na wo court
yes
you don't call to intervene it is not within your domain as a lawyer
your difference with
but is the company now standing trial is the company standing
yeah na make can say there nim ne say ye kwachi obi so ye adwuma wo yima omampani nua friends ye njan mane nkoye adwuma you have not been able to stay say asamo abase kan ansi wo de wo si asi na wo de different meaning na ye de to so yamfanto ne emra MPP party structure nim within the MPP party structure
yes
Frempo Aboagye on na ye chairman interministerial committee meboa ono na na hwe galamsey kunu nyina so ya wa ha na excavators 500 ni ataban yetu iraye e na ono asi mu pampampan ko police station ko ye case say MPP chairman vice chairman ya wo central region friend ko awuso on na awia machines no meboa obiansi on ko this asam ne ko to ko awusi so na ko awusi ne no ko ne office no ko record no no ade beto abonte say minister na de na me ye nyina ya tena se abopo na asamba ya wo be ye agume nko ame so enye me John Boadu the time na John Boadu was the general secretary of the MPP sir party here sika enti yamfa ne mama boys na boys mfa nkoye adwuma enti die enti na mu be so I've been able to adduce evidence to prove to you the
we are lawyer near one boy
the president the president
out of 10 this is evidence
you have the opposite
you see
but Abbas the Ghanaian people heard all of this stories. Hold on and said say the NPP has failed into a monko na momra based on promises amodema Ghana for. Why are you rehashing all of this?
No, you see, we are making serious inroads in the fight against galamsey.
Serious.
One
qualifying with serious.
Serious for the first time. Yetimi akotu nipa 10,000 as our Aboagye forest reserve aboso. Yetimi akoje free omuzam. Do you think it's a small feat? Nipa 10,000 MPP mo amuko raw forest reserve mu. Amu ye galamsey. Yetimi akopam nipa 10,000 me ba. You see? Good. Now check time obi and someone American no. You see? The first and foremost was a Ghana ni bi ati ase say. Edua e de mfie nwotwe achia no untumi fa bosome 9 enye dey entene no galamsey kufuado ni wuntumi no maye wo kromu ha no mfie nwotwe ase ye nsuo no
allegations.
And I won't
direct.
Also, I'm a lawyer. I choose my as some being who am coming for evidence in my the many evidence men can. One to me, you got saying the so I contamine. You are Tanonimri Forest Reserve. Minister of Lands and Natural Resources, Abujina Pobeka, say won't mini license in Chegalam saying, oh, yes.
You know, the separate legal personality.
Yes, it is a truth in company law that when a company is incorporated, it assumes a separate legal personality. But it is also true. And a section say who got a company now they engage in the commission of crime.
Yes.
The veil is lifted. The veil of incorporation is lifted.
In a
so what I'm saying is also true. So what company see a friend of contaminant now the galam say you can't go under the corporate veil.
I understand that.
This principle was established by Sophia Kufu in the case of More versus Kuma.
I understand that.
People senior guarantee who knows what them brand who say at the end of the day. Once a miracle why who to be a catcher me lawyer.
Don't worry,
Obi, anti Ghana for and the forest reserve. Mumusa Akufuado Mayano. Now most of your forest reserves need intact. Akufuado na beshe mra. And the most of your forest reserve, Muna ye nyansu free no demand the party people. Uko on that forest reserve, Akufuado did the amount some 50 years.
You see, you are making some serious allegations and mentioning names.
Yes,
that's not fair on the platform.
Many some time, no. They say forest reserve are not daho. Uko manswa. Who ya mansuni? And I think that you should be even more alarmed by this act of cruelty. That's why
I want to see the government repeal that and not amend it.
Forest reserve are not that man so 5,000 years. Yes. Emu and a man so for na say Unimoda river.
Minimoda river.
And no man so for na no munsu. Baby a forest ni tishe. Akufuado dia koma sampan 50 years.
Abbas, no, don't do this. Obi. On public radio, don't be mentioning names just like that without every 50-year contract no way, lease no way.
Obi.
Lease no way.
Mene sampan kraja to me. I will not be able to
sampan they have lease agreement no way.
Say assemble ya make is a sampan to me because anya no kra. And they are a giant NDC MPP. This is a statement of truth. Don't be mammy from Anusi. Papa Ikasa. One was on a Hoshano. Yes, it's a contompo or baby. Nano credru. Nano contompo Hoshano. Sanya miracles, yes, say. Membasama Casa before dinner go rap Pentecost. I saw the Mokoboni deliver. Now, what's that? Now, movies I have a Jama Mama is a now move opposition for man's a panel. More movies are moving here. Obiti. Niakama people for 1 year, say. Say, some I don't know Mokoya. Kakunya cry a more moving to us on a campus, a buson mocaso.
And Che.
And the moment my own to study on my position 15 years old. People know the difference between you people. You see, the difference between the Mahama administration and the Akufuado administration, the fight against Galamsey. I say, and the Akufuado, or one almost Moku Galamsey, no, on one and I say Galamsey.
And
from one team name was mentioned at a certain point in time. Akufuado himself, his name was mentioned. Charles Bisu, his name was mentioned. And then, Obi Tesa Manebuam, a defense minister, no deploy a soldier for. Obi bet me the allegation that talent who saw Galamsey. And I know. Obi Tesa environment minister, no.
Mohammed, Mr. Mohammed.
Mutala Muhammad. Can somebody come and accuse him so ye galamseana? Obi betia ko kasa Mahama and kasa ye galamseana. That is the difference. And because say omu hunim no munya daje ko na forest reserve 9 and MPP na Aboagye aboso and the NDC akon. And to make catch Ghana for 30 seconds. Obi 30 seconds.
Short break.
Obi 30 seconds.
I'll come back. Right. Ekosiisen Dennis Miracles Aboagye ewa. Abbas Nuruddin ewa. After this short break, we would come back and deal with these issues.
Asempa 94.7 Asunyine tie.
94.7 Asempa FM Suni Ekosiisen dwumedie na wasukesu a wotie no ma ye na mutna asene nsan mama kwaba Abbas Nuruddin wa ha oye acting CEO ewo Social Investment Fund Sansona Dennis Miracles Aboagye Ewaha no communications director Edema the Baumia campaign. Miracle, Sisi, how do I introduce you now? Still the same thing, and as you have a new rule now.
Aid to Dr. Mahmoud.
Hey, good. I think that's
is it a self-imposed title and answer title idea?
But how can you self-impose?
So what kind of confidence in him? Send you see Kasawa no way no answer.
We man come somewhere. I feel them to me Kasawa. Miracle for the AM pet title.
It was now an aide to Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, the former vice president. But in 2024, he was the communication director for the Baumia campaign. Mebama Miracles, but let me announce again, say 10 minutes to 6 p.m. we'll wrap up now. Sports team that take you over. Ghana, Ejina Kono, Egypt. Africa under 20 championships. And here the live commentary ebebre yetiefo enti Monshan so emfa emai under 20 ya na man 4 pe. So mono ya de omugina omo so papa here the live commentary baba syntax tank say yemfa to and say wo pe one tank ni bi ato a ene wu ni how just call them in order. Tank ye di nsuo gumu de emfa wo ne color wo pe emfa wo ne guarantees a wo pe ni nyina syntax tank e will be a omode ebema frɛ 0244 335 168 or more over 300 agents e Ghana. Syntax tank e strong e tough only one enkasa na omo emwao unimu nso se ene Asempa FM UCL Fund Day 31st May ye the Airbrel ewo T Havana Pub and Restaurant Tema Community 9 a Champions League final na ye kwahwe but a all day event in the whole of the day ye na ye hiem ewo fun activities be brebe koso 5-a-side soccer competition, arm wrestling, ludo, basketball hoops and many more events, and you would win juicy prizes in that day ne dia metre Saturday 31st May ne dia and opawo sorea ye nyina ye ko T Havana Pub e wo Tema Community 9 ye wo hwa tell say the Champions League final na ebeba final no will be any teams are echo. Barcelona will be in the final, ye nim team be free Arsenal ni PSG be ka yen ho de but Barca will be there. Ochina ye be she Inter Milan for Porto na ya qualify for final na ya kwa twɛn Arsenal ni PSG be qualify e the final on 31st na de ebeye kicking. Now, Asempa FM UCL Fund Day 2025 is powered by Adom FM, Asempa FM, and are sponsored by Soccer Bet, your best bet for sport betting, TCL, Inspire Greatness, and a DSTV. Feel every moment. Omo boy and I day and no bremo into Munshan and so. The other thing is so a year, Kale Charcoal Toothpaste. And the BDA in the BDA was some properties be a woman a tiwanum bacteria and ma was sensory fetal kama. It didn't can near the BDA body tree now the teacher will say, and they are first a BDA be and they are far better for quite they are toothpaste. Kale charcoal toothpaste. They are jumapa, a more fresh breath, whiter teeth, a more senior fita. It reduces dental plaque, a more healthy and strong gum. It prevents cavity. A yumapa BD. Samara Company Limited, a Ghanaian company, no matnasi. Aye, Kale charcoal toothpaste. Ghana for Ajia to mobile to me used to be. Once any penny 6 years and above, you'll be to me a use. Kale charcoal toothpaste, happy smile. Open the door to our friend 0246 864798. Na only one into me and Kasa. No more. MNC Logistics and Supply Limited in so say Omaba Oba. Ene Uye Wajuma na open Nioma Eframanone. Na wo de abɛhyɛ wadwuma mu wɔ Ghana ha sɛ wo ba beton sɛ wo de ye bibia wo ye me pacho. MNC Logistics and Supply Limited is your plug into your mono for all your procurement, import and export needs on baby biama. They procure general goods, product and equipment from around the world. Baby so open your from China, Dubai, Turkey, US, Germany, UK. Ombefa Edia Bro. They will deliver on time. Your product will come in optimal condition. Na bibia etime akoye. Phone 0302 551 918. MNC Logistics guaranteed satisfaction Ghana for Ajwana tum papa. Mame miracles. Ma mintio me pacho.
Obi won say Abbas no din tina say fiti asana say man bidin ka che na say o abemu a okasanko. O opposition so okasanko.
Yes.
Na e kame akwakoye say NDC for no refi ho. Say mo confused so no mayo. Omo da so gina opposition ene ne tibia na em. O abemu ye say galamsey ndie na waye na kufodo na from o abemu. Ena from Boatingwe ena MPP o abemu. Obi
And the opposite way be aye
NDC and then coffee na watch from Boating na tum watch we na tum watch we na that tum. Sane me drink kan che bi.
But omo abemu na monso mugu so kasa. Also, I'm reminding Ghana for there. Well, you are pontificating.
There be yen some me kasa me catch us me be two omfo. Na obi yen kasa ejai. Sekedi anka yenka. Ejai. Minister for Communications and Digitalization.
Yes.
Etro Twitter say so mampeni Ekufuado epese okun galamsey. Any president needs just 1 week to end galamsey.
Yes.
You have done 120 days. Why haven't you ended galamsey? Felix Kwacho Fosu, Minister for Government Communication, said the only reason why galamsey is festering is because the presidency, it isn't obedient to the down, everybody is involved in galamsey. That is why galamsey hasn't ended. Now he is no longer president, he's no longer in government. Why do we still have galamsey? Is Mahama doing galamsey? Internet, that's what na. Oh yeah. Obi, me no ka say, me di kan catch you. Obetena na wo body. Lawyer ni catch you say or evidence e kire say nipa 10 bi emu 9 galamsey. O ka so ma evidence no de nam Togo ne Benin hu be bi de nam. They say evidence na kire say MPP for 10 emu 9 kasasa. Na odi aba be mu. Afi wa ba edwuma nda ho troka. Ene report abane say national security for nkasa no makoje obi mining company no mo aitu gold no so no musipe ene.
They were there to cure a mischief.
Why would the national security take over a license organized underground small scale mining?
And then the Erastus, no.
Oh,
Erastus post now reference.
yes.
Erastus and miracles who did not tell me the assembly now who did not tell me the idea all
Miracles is on record.
Emre Daniel, Emre
We can't have a conversation.
Let's be fair to ourselves. I don't think he has
friendly
insulted.
interjection.
No, don't interject me friendly, Mr. I have never ever insulted Erastus. I would never do that. I disagree with him on some of the things. It doesn't mean say baby I'm in the and he knows. Erastus and I, we have our own banter on social media all the time. If this report he has given is a lie, he can come and say it's a lie. But as we speak, national security they are the ones who have been reported to be engaging in illegal mining on somebody's mining site. I told you about Upper Denshire East constituency chairman. On the NDC for no magic crew number so no mutu o crew fin. Our win traditional council a trop petition a come on penny up to no near one shay. Yes, say wo NDC MP no ono nene or the galamsey yes a question room no mutu galamsey. You just heard a friend saying, oh, me audio no now in some now NDC chairman kaya na enye fair time. Inti yen to me mbo. Come remember
we cannot play it.
So what when the mouse are energy no gat no say when the Ghana for be kasa sa wo abem wo party for na jig galamsey site aboso we no hear perception we be na twa book boom. It is happening. Our friend Mokraso Mombekasa NDC chairman no more D host that time say sebi nini bribe on for na some finish so watch your video no. And you a government appointee CU wo party for aji o minor boso say o minor o betra radio so dey na wire fan ho a wo say Ekufuado ye wo say from Paul Boatin say what have you done about that? They haven't done anything about the fight against galamsey. Everything they are doing about the fight against galamsey, not even one. Not one. Obi, call Mrekuduka. I'm sure you spoke with him here. Water guard, any one of that. Yes, but I'm boat near the Omodamus. Any one of that. Obi 2018 na modern reporters attaching a friend is saying defense ministry any police wura so mo ye galam stop ni de ka o fi wura ni mu da as at 7th January ya hand over mamo na military dispatch any police dispatch e wo galamsey site e wo ho Obi ye ni kromwa e na omo president flag bearer and then your president is excellent John Dramani Mahama e ko campaign o ka kire omo campaign adanse wo baby say obey mampani a obema galamsey yesa abayachi omo nyina amnesty no do mu mfidi amomo na wakodi campaigns nechi nti sa woba na wobeche galamsey yesa wo se ye monse mo se waye de yin oba na wo fa chamfan na wo hye na de na waye oko sizi excavators ye ko sizi bia e bi ira ya hunse bibi mo ko sizi bi ayira Minister for Environment akasa TV3 o say excavators wo ko find e bi ayira eti there is not a single new thing amodiaba in the fight against galamsey. Rather the newest thing amodiaba ne say unlike in the past where we had perception of politicians involved in galamsey, and then it is a matter of fact say NDC for na galamsey nafa and yemi na make a fact to the sense that chairman Nagasa on radio is fighting back without remorse.
NDC for ni be.
Oh. Obi na obetra no better here okay
no, out of questioned him
in 20 okay anyway when to be improved that's true. Obi the constituency chairman, the constituency executives, the members of parliament ebi na ewura nwe no moto galamsey na yekoya na se ye bae enti oman no moto aba ma mo se mombra mbe solve problem na so moto ma mo se mo so mo me ase ye change button no. Why are we doing this to ourselves? What kind of disgrace is this? I don't know. Abani gu oman ni nyani mu asesa say wo kan sema kese say wo ba wo be ye e dey solve galamsey wo ba na ebisa say dey na waya wo ti radio so na wo bobo ena from Paul Boateng I say ena Charles Bisu you say what have you done, what are you doing to fix the situation? Oh na ya chengrofo, do you know the number of people we prosecuted under our government and galamsey mo kwa na mo che abrofo na mo na mo jom na mo ko Obi 850 prosecutions in a year under this under our government, at least 187 sentences or so. So what are you talking about? It is a serious business. When you're there better radios and you're whitewashing with PSA FM. This is serious business. This thing is our survivor. It is our life. Obi, me say, do you know what is happening in the mining areas? NDC executives no ne NDC for no bowra site wo say ye na yaba either say we be free and ya betu and say de bia ba be ye sales amaye every week be ye sales amaye aden I say about praise and transfer power e wo galamsey site. Why? What is this? Yet to be cause mo police for ni soldier for to me kosisi excavator dey go da kosi baby na mo amasa ma instruction e beti an say yakofa ye beti an say ayira national security for mako bi mining site obi a legitimate mining makoje oti an say mo so ni machine a to gold na national security operatives na mo wo ye fe ni say adanse wona mutu no akata tie so na mutu no sa gold no mutu ma hwan because company na yemo dia machine na maso no why the mom quite say mo so sa machine no. So if you have the national security being alleged to be involved directly in galamsey there, then we are in trouble. It is the last thing I may expect if any government functionary, especially lawyers who should know better, is for them to come and sit on radio and try to even speak on galamsey because we are completely deeply involved. We are deeply involved. Obi, what do you want to say? In the past, most of Ekufo na galamsey. It's not to me. Ekufo do ko. Ekufo do mampeni. Eti ade na yegusu ye galamsey. So is it the case that John Mahama his ex in ye galamsey na? Obi, if we allow the government spokespersons to speak the way Councillor Bass kasana de Obi, or mine, then we are in trouble. They are mere expecting to want to say, "Wo na wa beimu, oni edi to me amount." Into better na na start cancer na one start ebia ye hye idea to akwa mu na bi nie aha na ye ni sei ye no amfa nti ye pese dan dan mu sei na ye ni sei na mo men kan je say na Frimpong Boateng say na we mu ye bi nti de ye no fa ho bai today what is the relevance of Frimpong Boateng ni Charles Bisu say ma no to the fight against galamsey na wa bai mu na you're supposed to do no? What have you done? What is the relevance? As one that's opposition. As one that's opposition. Hey, MPP for not offer 10 be and 9 now. Some calculations, some maths we what we call class 1 for chrome on just mathematics here too. Say MPP for offer 10 be and 9 okay. MPP for if you are buying mu into more and almost say yes to for. Almost say yes to no almost here for. Want to put any decisive action be in place to fight against the menace. And I'm there. You be some be an amoko MPP. You be some be a more than a MPP. Mombreye. NDC for Mombreye. Obi, you and I know said the Galamsey menace whilst MPP was in government had nothing to do with the Kufa to Galamsey. Only me FM. But Muton Sasemia, Atoya, Manuba Togana for Bitimu, and your Twabamao. And the Kufa the call. You be said then I for Galamsey. What does so boy Kufa do? What kind of useless government is this? Obi, I didn't
but he also made a point which is a critical. You also don't expect, say, in 4 months, you see a complete turnaround as far as the Galamsey menace is concerned. That is not realistic.
Obi, have you heard me say I want to see a complete turnaround? Or I am saying what is the decisive specific actions? There are two different things, Obi. I don't mean I choose my words carefully. There are two distinct things. I haven't said I want to see a compliment. Say, tell me the new thing. One new thing. One. Abemu 120 days. Whoa, within 120 days, no, it's not short enough for you to intimidate the judiciary and mess up with the judiciary. But you think that is too short for you to show us one action that is new from what has been done in the past in your fight against Galamsey. We are useless. You have no use to the country in the fight against Galamsey if this is your excuse. You have no use. Okay? One 120 day a friend is saying contractor Moshe obi mo ka che yen say moba na ade ba kwa mekan was ade mkwa mesere cry. I said, oh, where is this document? I said, we'll place a ban against Galamsey and oh, Minyan coming to me kind of verbatim. It's here. I'm trying because I want to be quite accurate, you know, on the issues. Maybe if you can find it for me, maybe about on the number.
Yeah,
specific number.
Maybe Abbas.
Okay, number 19. I say ban illegal and new mining activities in forest reserves.
Yes.
First of all, we need to control document way, but you and I know say you cannot ban something that is illegal. So the wording itself is misleading.
What's a problem?
Yes.
That's for that particular.
It's misleading. You can't ban something that is illegal. The thing is illegal. How do you say you want to ban it? OBTA or say roll out Tree for Life and Blue Water Initiative to heal and sustainably harness the environment by turning areas and water bodies degraded by illegal mining into economic and ecological recovery hubs. Okay.
When now 120 days.
120 days.
Okay.
Obi, inti me expectation is say anya hwekura minimum. Mo ka say mba repele LI. Repeal it.
Yes.
And no 180 MPs. You can do it in a day. We say baby as at December na Galamsey edru no there was a need for a state of emergency. State of emergency we hear one line and not two lines, not even a long paragraph and take to parliament. You have absolute majority. You can declare it.
That point, no. Omaka will say NDC did not officially make that promise. Trades unions na demonstration. But
NDC, John Dramani Mama, His Excellency, in one of his social media engagement, backed it. Say he supports the call
for the declaration of state of emergency.
Yes. We even have other functions. Yes. The video is there. So I just here, and you know, all his government, a friend say party functionaries in AKB, a supporter. Now see how we played Honorable Kofi Aboagye. Yeah, but the videos in the video are all kind of awesome. State of emergency, all kind of awesome.
Yeah, but it may have been his personal. No, not the party as a corporate body.
Yeah, don't come from to letterhead so answer.
Yeah, that's what the communications.
And
they did not make that promise as a body corporate.
Sana Obiaba Bemu Bekadia, any enjoy campaign, na Ultra Manifesto now they are what chairman with any kind. If that is the argument, say if that is what the NDC is going to do, there will be any Asempa FM. Because OTA and some of them while they are in opposition, we have them on video. Now say, when we have them on video and audio, we cannot utilize it because it's not on their letterhead as a body corporate there. Then we are in a total mess. Do it. You said you supported it. Or be something you believe in. And you thought that if you had the power at the time, you would do it. And now, at the end of the Western, TUC for say, Galamsey now Western since any city in a city in the past. That's what I say. Oh, I am na mekaya TUC for the kind na me support you mokekena man throw me letter ed suntino untumi hold me there, then we are in trouble.
At TUC for na data ben no mujina kasa aye we. Na
data ben na NDC for so hu ye ntia no mo support TUC for no. Ene NDC for appointee Professor Jampo. Oh, don't do that. You have your 10. Professor Jampo, Shepherd's Authority CU.
Yes.
Or yes when ye say the colleagues now support no to declare nationwide strike. They voted again to all swen ye. Yaba bemu. What is waka Galamsey asem?
Waka the last assembly count Galamsey. Say at least now we have a listening government. A government the 8 in some man for an air can.
Yanko betria ne ka.
Also Nyabotre.
Obi mama kasem so. Yanko betria ne ka in the sense say
miracles Nyabotre. Oh, hold on. Nyankopon betria obi ka no. That's
he was talking about arrogance.
He is not in power. He is not in power.
You are cursing on radio.
Hold on.
Former government communication.
Miracles. Nyame betria obi ka no. Nyame betria obi ka ye curse.
Special aid to Dr. Baumia. Yeah, Dr. Baumia chira wono.
Charlie.
Oh,
that you feel Dr. Baumia said no.
I am doing it. Allah
was why you to me kasa. What for me 5 minutes?
Special aid to Dr. Baumia.
I think respectfully.
One child to me kasa. One to me kasa. Ni apon. What say we me
Dennis. Respectfully,
me train your friend is saying Yanko betria. But Obi, it's painful.
His point is say
it's painful.
You were listening government, and he would want to give the listening government a bit of time.
Or a hypocrite. Or a hypocrite. And they say me to me ka. Or a nyachum. Woo. Me anajo 11 p.m. Now we Professor Jampo.
Yes.
Who on my phone so chase me. Say member Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia signing undertaking a new group aye. Or signing ye. Me the breo. Or you listening.
Dr. Bawumia signing.
Or signing ye. And I me general Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia signing ye. You know the mommy and I me the breo. One Mr. Kanashigbe. Or you listening. We are not a listening government, and yet you always had meetings, called meetings that the government was seated with you. If all your measure was about a listening government, as you are saying it there, and you're hypocrites or in Yatron, he was doing it for his own selfish interest. Anything about the buy and 100 days in a Wakwaji position. This gentleman and his group were all over this country demonstrating for days on the street of Accra. Days on the street of Accra. Say, yeah, we are here because yes, was say. Now say, abana ye bibi anfa. Hey, Ghana, you be woo into the whole Ghana. Ejumayefo nyina declare nationwide strike. At that time, do you know what the government was doing? The government had military and the police in the forest arresting galamseyers. At that time, the government was seizing excavators and burning chamfans. At that time, government was prosecuting over 850 galamseyers, including foreigners. And yet, Professor Jampo and Crawford or say our listening government, in spite of Sanyeme and Aboagye, were on the street for days, calling for they were agitating in this country, making this country ungovernable. Can you, Professor Jampo, mention one new thing that the listening government has done that was not done in the past? Hypocrisy.
Miracles are
this Charlie why are you doing this?
No, we are closing 10 minutes to 6. It's Oshasiye 5-5.
You have the time.
40 minutes. No, but we're disrupting me too much. It's not fair. Obi, Mr. Abbas, or Abemu, on your position. Kasabi will high, let's for opposition for pet. Who Abemu want to be in Kasasa? We want action. Unjai say now be sana someone not say kufa do ko we oko. Wona wa bemu. Ghana for pay solutions. What is your solution? What have you done in the last 120 days that is different from the past? I tell Ghana for to abamai. When to be an kind one child, obeke nyina yen to atwa. Obi afemi ko na demonstration you so.
No.
In you do that in 2 minutes. Na memra.
Obi.
Abbas.
Obi.
Abbas, relax. I'll give you time.
No.
I am sharing the time. I'll give you your time. Don't worry.
Kasa 25 minutes. Now,
A new 25.
Now, Kasa have 40 minutes.
A new
Kasa 40
25
minutes. Metama Kasa 40 minutes.
You know 25 minutes. Yeah, but I'll give you time. Right?
No, Pab. I didn't see a mobile radio station.
Also, 2
minutes. Me won't say that.
Your 2 minutes is coming.
Me won't say that. Hey, about 2 minutes, Jack has an amount. Metana Kasa 40 minutes.
Right, that time, so if you're starting show.
Say, my boy, if I say, Polo, say, no, boy, see what it is, say, Obi, this government is attempting something very dangerous, and we will be a lawyer. Me assure say ukufia ono wife bonko mamoka wife penny nipa obetimi aka de wo akoma so a kire no we aka nyina kan wa hwe ne yi ama because of adwuma we Obi ye wade bi efe ne presidents wo ye pe wo de esa ana ekuro bi abeto oman no ho ye wo kromwa na opposition leader is Senator John Dramani Mahama ekohia NDC lawyer for eno ka kire mo say say omo fixe judiciary because assembly ombenya kokoti bi omudi nkugu assembly ombenya kokoti bi nkugu na nadwe mu no because the judiciary needs a fix, but he doesn't believe say they can fix the judiciary with this same chief justice. No sign catch am say and then you know yem bench no akoye political judges nko people who are politically tainted. He said it on TV. I watched him live. Now, the NDC lawyers should be ready to be elevated to the bench to go and balance out the bench. These were the words of John Mahama, His Excellency. Me video no ha. Obi, there me say sa papa na semono sa semono me rehoye. And that was the day I knew said the day John Mahama, His Excellency becomes president, this country will be in trouble. 100 days. Galam say so. 100 days. Dum so. What do we need? Akwa see the judiciary. Prakope, one my party for when you invite petition if you party for
that is a claim you cannot substantiate. And don't even say.
My belief is that
you can still make your point.
My belief, I'll say it. My belief is that who solicit petition from NDC for that's my belief. You may disagree, but you may disagree with me. That's why I didn't say fact.
If it's an opinion, you can have an opinion on an opinion.
But that's exactly what I stated.
The fact.
I said my belief. Why are you saying something I haven't said? Have I told this fact? I said my belief is that. Why are you saying something?
Your belief is that what?
The government solicited for petition from NDC fanatics because Obi what kind of petition now? Say me nyanse bi anim. Dedi kan. Niema £9 mu gina so omudi ba yi Chief Justice yi ba ko ne say otukwa no ni kro ni ne ba ekoye.
Yes, omuyusu aman sika e call private trade.
Obi na let the auditor general audit the judicial service and highlight that in his audit report before it becomes effective to you. And I only
yes, meaning
because you see, it is the auditor general that can identify something that is an anomaly. And you're president, you can't come to the judiciary to come and determine Sanya Mano.
The president has
not done. Oh, now then the banner say, Obi, prima facie
say at least on the face of it there are questions to.
Now so who will not say on the face of it there are questions to. There are
let me go with some third vice chairman.
Charlie,
Obi, you are not being fair.
Don't because it's not your turn.
One man fast, you know. On the face of it.
Vice chairman, vice chairman, be a
you can't do that. I didn't. Unim say una be kasa last.
You still have the
una be kasa last na we say.
25 minutes you are still not content.
Una be kasa last na we say.
Obi, miracles you ejuma we ya man pa o say you
Obi. The fact say so frivolous fictitious ade we a otumi kan say why establish prime fashion in chess on ne ya adwen. The tosu mi no ne ya adwen o. The only thing I want say mun ko hwehwem say no cry but me ne ya adwen. That alone charge money awo. Number 2. Musi mu yi na di because judicial service staff be here no mo hosem no wa sanction no mo wa transfer bi e ka the charge no. Number 3, almost say oye incompetent. One of the reasons for incompetence and say minority case almost call here on Speaker Barbin issue no. They don't think so we odi assembly ye. She only presided though. She wasn't a single judge. The other judges can go and do their work, but no because you disagree with the ruling into no you say or incompetence. Number 4, lawyer ni be say Chief Justice ni nya kasa e wo court and also petition no. Obi, Chief Justice in there, minimum so because the premeditated now. They see there was some premeditation on the side of the president before they came to power. And what he has been doing every day, is to ensure, is to ensure,
the demonstration is to achieve what?
Is to simply draw the attention of the entire nation, say, or the Nsaka judiciary. And they will say, political judges in our home, NDC lawyers in here ready, and the judges in here ready. Now, Ube elevate your balance. The impression I have here right now is that all the 7 judges you have nominated are NDC judges. Okay. You see, it may not be correct, but what was some now about previous judges and so I also has now created a big problem for these judges. Okay. So actually, MPPDB case called Supreme Court no lusu. That's a 7 no. Ebi waka so 7 aside. And amana ede elusu. I think that's an obetumia. Say obetumia. Sadwum bone na ode bae no. Onye nwie obetumia a contradiction.
Me that say. Abbas,
you see, there is one thing about MPP that makes them exactly like. That makes them exactly like KJT to bottom 4.
Aden.
On the KJT to bottom Nino. Ubemus and in Sasha bottom. Or say I am in Sasha bottom, but we are mess up. That is exactly what Miracles has displayed here this evening. On the he has been accusing NDC government of arrogance when he has no basis. But in Kasa Yemune ne Bibia Yibia say he himself has not paid himself of the arrogant tagger in the administration. Now Ubi, I think say you have been very charitable with him. Or Tana Haka say NDC are binding a useless government you allowed him. You allowed him.
We've been here before.
Mate.
We've been here before. I came in and asked him to that description, no? And he came in. I know the one come over here. Okay, Eduabo. Dr. Baumia special aid. This one. They say Dr. Baumia fi adia ye chere wo Eduabo. So the special aid can come and sit on radio and rain curses. He has withdrawn that.
This is the lowest the MPP can sink. But Obi unim NDC send make the Galamsey fight, you know. It's a tough fight. By NDC government led by Mahaman, we are making very good inroads. And now we be Mesremo say inroads kakra na ye making no. Your bad radio so near Kasa, Mamu create impression say ye and nay nim tre kra no. In himself forest reserve a hold obeye and so be wo handa na nado danko kufuado. Na nipa gumu ye Galamsey gidigidia. And next our forest reserve no. Ya pam wo nyina afiri mu agye dia ma my Ghana. One of such forest reserve Amansie Central Forest Reserve or Free Shelter Bed Forest Reserve NDC ya pam Galamsey for Ephraim. Tano anwea ene ye Galamsey for Ephraim. Tano anumre ye Galamsey for Ephraim. Etiwa Rainforest ye Galamsey for Ephraim. Afao Hills Forest Reserve ye Galamsey for Ephraim and Amianso South Forest Reserve into NDC Atmiaje Forest Reserve beye nwotwe and the MPP na amamfo ye de eyegal. It's a significant step, but has the fight been won yet? No, a lot remains to be done. Into nyakwanya yenka na amamfo Erastus Asaredon Konokra has had cause to state on his Facebook page say even though the fight against Galamsey has not won, but who's our we show more commitment than the previous NDC government. Miracles Aboagye and then the over radio so echo to Erastus at your reference point. There was a time Miracles Aboagye ucha Erastus Asaria don't call that on social media to say who did attempt to say
attempt the
yes,
you know so Nina. You can disagree with it. Obiano just a word in attempt.
No, Miracles Aboagye but catch
he's not on record to have insulted him. No.
What say I want to at him? No, what say or you should tell me man say as or a journalist I want can or you juma the ball position. And then the Miracles Aboagye Erastus Asare don't go numa sem na dia your quotation. A job in American say Galamsey fight no eden but it will be won. Or Boasia Semwa Walkano, it has nothing to do with Galamsey. Because Enya Forest Reserve mu and then Obi. what are the facts involving the Obuasi Asemnoa Erastus? And I think on this one, me, I respect Erastus Asaredonko very much. Me metina and Casa Erastus, I can't say in favor NDC, me be dinner them. He's one person, I was a Ghana. You protecting him because and you're then toward the day. Obuasi Ebeko Galamsey is commendable, but we nipa it room review or getting it wrong. When he gets it wrong, we must point it to him in a civil manner. Me and Kwaya won't. Miracles Aboagye Kotoku Samubi. Who opposition? Erastus Asaredonko beka someone na wudi na tem ene de no na odi abetena ha e na wo brunia. Eduabo hene miracles Aboagye. Special aid to Dr. Baumia. They say Dr. Baumia fi eduabo ne kire. What are the facts surrounding the Obuasi issue? In 2015-2016, there were agitations in Obuasi by the youth. Say Anglo Gold abeji o masase yesu galam so omu ni adwuma nye ama ekom aba ekom nso ye dey emani bre na wo won so ka ni bre enti sa aban anye bibia omo bete Anglo Gold for so atua na NDC aban ye wo ho ne gold mines e wo Obuasi at the time ni ye negotiation na Anglo Gold and say Obuasi gold mine no say yasa ase no kra na ye 60% ayenye de ye nyusu 40% penny yes adwuma enti ade asase no mamo na mo de ama timamufu a wo Obuasi ne mpotamu sane ebeye a omobema yasumdua me anso ye de ya adwuma enti under NDC ye corporate mining bi a ye de ho ne ye de ema Obuasi youth no ama na omo ye omadwuma wo fa na Anglo Gold fund so ye de adwuma wo fa aban sesa ye no ana asase a yedi ama Obuasi timamufu ose ne ebeye omunya galamsey no MPP abai wani mu mpanyimfo MPP so omo Obuasi enclave no omo kwaji asase no na omo fa ye na omo pone bi de ma China fo. Listen to us very and omo pone bi de ma China fo na omo de abrantie bi a friend kwadwomacho eto ano enti ade a yedi ama Ghana so it has nothing to do with galamsey. Enye forest reserve mu no obi ye bibi enye nsuo mu no obi ye dai obi ye bibi enti enne power asesa enkofo no na omugu so Obuasi youth no na omo wo ho no a mukopam wo mo a mo magye ade na MPP nipa bonesem ya de ade ama Ghana for magye na mo de ama China for no mo so mo kwaje o mo ade na de ntokwa aba na national security akopam obi a na o maintain security o maintain security. So this shameless attempt to see
miracles
friendly interjections
friendly miracles Aboagye special aid to Dr. Baumia jade me nua no na nya miracles ba hanye duabon kwa
me ko puli eduabo papa ono abas abo me mbo bia me ka se nyankopɔ betua raswo jampo ka
duabo
debi duako
ufri Dr. Baumia fie bra se se duabo tra wo no miracles allow me to make my point obi
me ka se nyankopɔ betua raswo jampo ka medika na do ye
special aid
eno ye duabo nyankopɔ betua
so the issue of Obuasi Erastus no we have put that fact to him. He's not been able to come back on there.
Say the galamsey the people are doing galamsey.
I know America say
background.
No, but it's not a background. So why are you mining?
Which one have you put to Erastus? Background.
Yes, we have.
Yeah, but why are you mining? So why are you mining?
Under his position, he's not been able to come back.
So why are you mining?
Facts.
Why are you mining? Why are you mining?
Facts and that's for you too.
No, they are protecting.
Hey,
and how do you Debbie?
You are saying that narrative
it's a complete falsehood. And America say, "Sir, assassin no." Miracle Erastus argument or you say there was a legal mine and you say the source of that mine no illegality. Yeah, the more Obuasi for MPP for Abedjama China for and this for China for me common the Obuasi for no. And regardless of the basis, you better no the Obuasi for no. Say Erastus and no, it is not part of your galamsey fight. It is not for you to determine.
I will be what you say.
Background. Also, NDC for.
No, Obuasi youth no Anglo Gold CD 60% of don't tear some na say
Obi what the national security for the two that is fact. Obi akwaje legitimate mining site that is fact.
Yes,
legitimate mining site that is fact. So what are you talking about?
Obi Obi, let him.
National security for some machines and mining. That is also fact. So what are you talking about?
Obi, more person mutie de omati assassin no 60% Anglo go dem obo as youth. MPP buy no, and no modi abema China for NDC aba ye be gi ade no every China for.
Na mo
so mo legal responsible.
Who for this who is mining?
Obi.
In the past 4 days, who is mining?
National security
Obi. No mo tuka kafas here.
Obi a honya forest reserve. E honya nsuo.
It to be two.
So they enya untimi me use way ever me kasa Mahama. It's a shameful attempt at equalization. Which you must apologize for. Jobi. Me the American say galamse ntokwa no ede. Ben NDC has shown genuine commitment.
What have you done?
Aboagye forest reserves be 8. They say ya pamo galamse yourself free.
Obi na kwa check galamse and free and not reclaim me.
Ya timi akoto 10,000 every forest. Move say ya deketwa. Ya ko collapse a whole township. Obi, I think say e kaye bahanka was say mo tenaces presenters was some mudi kan e bo mediocre. Useless government. Even say what I'm saying, useless government. Mediocre.
Miracle.
Obi mi anko yanim.
CJ.
Somebody backing chorus.
And Obi MPP for so more demonstration. Demonstration under Article 21 of the 1992 Constitution and Yabone.
Yes.
It is MPP for so more galams demonstration.
Save the judiciary demonstration.
Save the judiciary demonstration. Now. It's a good call. Mon call for baby, mo lose you na depression. Actually, mo share them, mo didi aya kese. No my exercise. And no more demonstration. A boost to local economy. No, no more to find more ice water for many jatama. Apart from that, this is a pretty useless demonstration.
I didn't hear.
Some people for say, yen save demonstration. Yen save the judiciary. The very institution of multimission momranti kutupa. Emma omoko attack a court of competent jurisdiction. Emma judge our nyem ye pamuni free jamuno and no one ever say with demonstration.
Never stick to issues.
My goodness.
Now why are being created now?
My goodness.
That's true. But it becomes
MPP and now move say we are demonstration. Now
voice no
my
voice like lower
nobody has disrespected.
No, mean this all kasa
once I'm a high pitched speaker. But make us say me mo obidia. Menka will be useless. Menka person you also may at least my commentary even though a high page no it's more respectful, it's more sober.
And you dispute them we are useless. Yeah, you useless government. Okay. And some we are useless government. And now you dispute it. I buy 4 months. You have to do some 4 months when you use now. Ajekum tia simple no yes sama na 4 months we are done 4 months
ya say miracles brawasio and then ponium
4 months ya that sumu 4 months talk about the doom
miracles
stick to the substance forget about me
let me
substance forget about me na substance no obo me di 100 times go to the substance.
Why is
4 months for doom so now we video dey me
miracles everything aside you are special aid to Dr.
Baba once we any behavior
obo me di 1 million times obo me di 1 million times obo me di 1 million times are you mirroring the temperament of Mahama we are the CEO are you mirroring the temperament we are the CEO are you mirroring the temperament of your Mahama stick to the issues substance
CJ and answer the
Obi se kabima menka bi mo bia begina brania e wo say ye judiciary no be seen to be independent dispense justice without fear or favor na ya hyehyemra se obi efi se obi yetemwani anaso yetemwafo pani na wonye na dwuma ya omebo no kwadu na kwadu no ye de to nsane ani ni ehunu se sabi abawo mu a yetu ho na monye sa
yes
enti se ne an MPP demonstration no constitutional no
Asempa FM
sanso no mampanyina na mo na watu na constitutional obi mebo a me de na me hwe unu se MPP for ye demonstration se ade a o mampanyina ayi etia yamamra etia ebia act of parliament bi ba ni nyina mo ntimi nka sa na kire se
almost an
anamobia anamawa omampanyina tuobia dana kwamutrodo. So let's state it straight say omampanyina nam omampanyina mfumumra onfumu kwan na obi the akoko NTB Daniel wumawu ana
benko ho kasam no benko ha obudo never all program you say otiba mebu otiba me so
emre di kan ya
asabla na se don ko benko ha
emre di kan ya ye superior court
ye ba ko me sia ko eduma na de
enu nti ye be ka say e was say we judiciary ana and our mampanyini onkroma a whole chief justice was sacked meboa.
Yeah,
and then
even
under the Fourth Republic, some superior court of judicature justices have been sacked.
1982, you're right.
Under Anas expose, say yes, I superior court of judicature. Those whose terms and conditions are falling under Article 146 are Obi. Shra the boss here nyina eye Charlotte say ye nyinu ana enti die nkwa ehunu ana say epai say chief justice ya de na emfa ne kwan so ne obi akọbọ ne kwadu a MPP fo mu ni
say one kasa opposition say oba obeyi na nkan yenka wasem say one kasa opposition
na obi on say obeyi na nkan yenka the MPP fo ye ni sesi no justify the entia Madam Gertrude Toko no wontimi ntina ho nye chief justice bio adentia o mama ye hunu se maame no tia wote ho no onte ho a wode so mo my Ghana na maame no no te ho a sebi o hwe omo achi
e dia wode na ba no so hwe mo achi na
enti na woni ho no you see
ti dia wode na ba no hwe
obi MPP for yi Charlotte say wo krom ha did you see NDC minority did you see NDC e kasa ho but did you see the afenyo markings say afenyo markings maame na ewu anko nsu kura say
Charlotte when so say mo kroma
afenyo markings so kon maame na ewu kura anko
nsu mo da so Charlotte nsu kura ka wona mo di ECJ
now Charlotte
da so ka wona mo di ECJ
one thing about John Mahama administration way about the quality of governance, the respect of the fundamental rights of individual obi 8 years under Akufo-Addo the so-called freedom fighter no Okaso be demonstration wo kroma it was a real struggle. Unim sa major mfi demonstration ba akumienu miensa be ne nyina yedimu ntintimai. Wo ho ana police fo afrew ye ma wonye. Wo ho akwan we ye ma won faso. Wo ha ne yakokọ takoji injunction. It was a struggle for face the country for hwan mu obi e be ye demonstration ba obi hwe and o mampanyini Mahama. Okatachi free faso be demonstration police fo fi say model no a nanado de ye adwuma ne de baby omo so omo kokko te hwan attorney general ka say hey monko na monko yi that is the quality of governance Ghana has made over a lot of for a longer period of time, the respect of the people's right to demonstrate. And now MPP demonstration you be akoso kama na dia obi medi yawo kese pa MPP minority leader Fenyo Markins wakoto post ni twede. Hey, Obi, is this what has become of the MPP? Fenyo Markins. Ya to barricade, yes, wuntimi ntra. Obi tie o, ya to barricade wuntimi ntra. Police ni na enforce mra. Na Fenyo Markins akoto twede e catch police ni law enforcement officer verbally assaulting him say oye Jimmy for Fenyo Markins. This is a leader in MPP. Obi, right? Obi in MPP say I know OBT MPP on. Maybe Drew, if even you did not like them, you would appreciate the quality of human resource. I will be no more day or more. Now you cratch for party. Now you name the four party. The likes of Adubwa Hinenom, the likes of Odoi Sachs, the likes of Peter Alajete, the likes of Janice Salvi, Obi.
Mamena
David Lucas Odamasa, na station dia. Obi. Lucas Odia. Afai na station dia. And then people na station dia. Obi say o ka David dia. Obi. Why Obi me protest? Because they na station for you. Now dia. Up to 10 minutes. How? Now dia. Na station dia. Na me dia. Na station dia. Obi utwa ma no sa. Utwa na dia now dia. Obi. Station dia. And then MP. Asempa no dia. adani
akabɔ party ada power na just what the radio station
adani trutrafo party MPP adani
40 minutes one
party
MPP
say minority leader we lawyer utimi go to police ni twade etimi ka so ye jimi for obi is this what the MPP has become
2 minutes one
obi and MPP
ebenkwa 40 minutes ebenkwa ebebuongwa 40 minutes
we'll be back nyame ya domo a otsena na afi yetimi aba betra so Kobe Stone Okomankra is taking over your radio live commentary under 20 African